The NCAA versus the house, and just like Vegas, the house always wins. What's up? Welcome to Chatted Up Sports. I'm Greg Launard. We're going to get into that. We're also going to dive into some other things going on in the NCAA. The Vols, unfortunately, not repeating as NCAA champs in baseball. Chase has got some really fun questions for us, not related to sports. Joseph, let's hit it. What's up? We are back here on Chatted Up Sports. As I mentioned, I am Greg Launard, and we are brought to you by Barajas Cabinet Refinishing in the Chattanooga area. Again, I'm Greg Launard. Follow us all over social media at Chatted Up Sports, wherever you get your podcasts as well, at Chatted Up Sports. To my left, the man, the myth, the legend, Thick Boy Running Club legend, Chase CG Treen Green.
Feels good to be back, buddy. Tough weekend in baseball.
Be back. I mean, we've been together like a bunch the last couple of days.
We sure have.
It's been awesome.
Thursday, Saturday. Corporate Challenge was awesome.
It was fun. It was good to be there for the whole day this time.
And it goes by so freaking fast. Did y'all not think so?
Way
I was
too
like,
fast.
dude, I got there and then I felt like I ran around for 20 minutes and then all of a sudden dodgeball just happened and then I was leaving for a wedding.
Yeah, I really feel like we didn't get a chance to do as much on the field as I was really hoping that we would.
Yeah,
I really wanted to swing the stick a little bit. I wanted to try the home run derby. I wanted to run the 40-yard dash. I don't even know if the man, in parts unknown, Miggy Malcolm Harris, who we'll bring on here now. Did you even run the 40?
Nah, what's up, fellas? I did not even run the 40. It just, time got away. Time got away. It was crazy.
Dude, I mean, so fast because you walked the mile, you had tug of war, and then you had to come back to us. You were double working that day, big dog.
Yeah, man. It was a little double dip, and I will say I did, and I'm ashamed to say it. I threw up, man.
I was gonna say you were in no shape to run the 40 after you did that tug of war. You literally left it all on the field.
No, every ounce of me was not losing that tug of war, and we pulled it out. But like, fellas, that was intense. I mean, shout out to Night Edie, shout out to everybody, but it was a day. It was a fun day, but it was a day.
I can't even imagine what they go through. Like I was stressed out, like trying to figure out dodgeball, like getting everything right. You don't want to screw up anything because it happens pretty quick. But like Caleb and Summer and Holt, like those guys and gals are working.
I talked to Holt, and he said, "Yeah, we went to bed at about 1, and we're back at 4."
Yeah. It's a lot, dude. It's a long day, and then they got to do Birmingham next week.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh, it's one right after the other.
Yeah, they do it back to back.
Wow. I mean, just bust it out, right?
Yeah.
Pause. Yeah.
I have a lot of people asking me. I've had Greenville friends and Nashville friends be like, "How do we get that here?"
Same.
Greenville would be a great spot for it.
Me too. There's one thing about this, like they're gonna make a few adjustments, but I don't know if they're ready for what they're about to do. I think this might be their ticket to a big ticket item eventually.
All over the country.
Yeah, it's gonna be
100%.
This is happening so fast, and they've done such a good job with it, especially in the BHAM, and then here growing the last 2 years like it has. Yeah, this is a franchise. Now this is a franchise, and they're just going to figure out how they can get it everywhere because it's a gold mine.
Yeah, man. There was a lot of FOMO here in Knoxville from the team that couldn't be here, and yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of interest in this.
There ain't nothing going on in Neyland in late June.
Nothing at all. Nothing at all. That's a great idea.
Running that 40
in Neyland.
In Neyland.
Yeah,
have the checkerboards painted. That would be ridiculous.
Dog.
Just can't be thrown up on that field.
No, I would go to the bath.
Have you ever thrown up on that field during band?
Yes.
I figured you had. Like, that's some hardcore training.
Yeah, I threw up. It was my it was my first home game. And we were opening up the tee, and I was so scared and we
Don't fall,
opened
don't
it.
fall,
We
don't fall.
opened it up, and I started playing, and I just yacked like bad. And I recovered. Everybody was like, "Holy cow!" Yeah, I've thrown up in Neyland Stadium before.
God.
I'm proud of you for bouncing back. That's tough,
That's
dude.
got to be rough.
Yeah.
That's tough. I'm sure you kept your steps. I know you did.
Listen, man. I was not saying I was the best, but it's gonna be hard to see me at a step in Neyland Stadium.
That's right, dog. Well, y'all
Oh,
are
no.
ingrained. Y'all are definitely ingrained, man.
All right, let's talk a little bit about the man behind the camera. Also, well, not technically, he's got his own camera. Joseph Guthrie,
Hello.
producer Joseph.
I have
hanging
my
with
own
us.
camera today, man.
And
Hey,
you look
pop that,
good.
pop that widescreen for the people.
Well,
to see the
wait,
boat
whoa,
today.
whoa, hang on. Oh yeah. We're doing quotes now. We went with a classic from The Office, personal favorite. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Wayne Gretzky, Michael Scott.
AKA Michael Scott.
I was talking to Joseph and I was like, man, after watching Around the Horn End, I was like, can we get our own version of the chalkboard? So here we go.
I like it.
It's a wonderful addition.
It's like what's the Around the Horn with Woody Page
That's
used
what
to
I'm saying.
have.
Yeah, that's where I got that. I
Oh,
was like,
okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
it'll be like our own version of that whiteboard.
Yes.
Yeah. So here we are.
Love it.
And just came up with the best quote possible.
Yeah, I mean
It's a great start.
it's a classic
It's a great
to
one to
start.
start.
Like it's hard to beat, arguably the GOAT hockey player and then the GOAT office boss.
Yeah.
Like that's just a hard combo to fight.
Yep. There you go. Malcolm's got a game on in the background. Love
This looks
that.
like an old.
Watching Tom Brady and Chad Pennington on
Whoa.
NFL Classics.
Two
Old school.
legends.
So
Legends.
yeah, Randy Moss is having a day. I mean that's normal. But
God, that freaking Patriots Randy was amazing.
yeah,
Never
it's
won
cool.
a chip though.
Never won a chip.
No. Tom won more Super Bowls with worse wide receivers.
Yep.
Make that make sense.
Exactly.
That makes sense.
Randy Moss never won a Super Bowl.
Never.
That's
But
the
he played
Travis.
for the Vikings. Like Justin Jefferson is never going to win a Super Bowl. Just think about that. He's never going to win a Super Bowl.
So how high would you guys put Chris Carter?
Chris Carter
In, like-
never won a Super Bowl.
Like receivers all time,
Yeah.
Are you talking about like in Vikings all time?
No,
or just like
all
receivers
time.
all time.
Receivers all
all time. He's definitely not top 10.
I'd say
Top 20?
between like probably between like 13 and 19.
Yeah, I'd say top
So
20, top 25.
We'll just say top 20, top 25.
Top 20.
So you're going to have 3 of the 25 greatest wide receivers, 2 of probably the top 10. I don't know where, I mean, JJ has a chance to be legendary.
There's a lot of them that never won a Super Bowl. I mean, you're talking about T.O., you're talking about Larry Fitzgerald,
Julio,
Calvin Johnson,
AJ Green.
Yeah. What? So what like
hold on, I got
true
look at this
diva
now.
wide receivers have won?
Jerry Rice.
Antonio Brown.
Yeah.
Antonio Brown has won a Super Bowl.
Yep.
Tim Brown, Steve Smith Sr.
Yep.
I hate that guy.
Sorry, bud.
Oh,
Dog.
Steve
though.
Smith guy.
Absolute dog.
Absolute
Oh,
dog.
for sure.
Tony Gonzalez
That's a shame.
never won a Super Bowl.
That
Wow.
is truly a shame.
You know Isaac Bruce is top 5 all time yards receiving.
I can believe that.
He's
Yeah.
literally 5th. That's insane. That's
Great-
insane.
That
He
Rams
won a
so
team,
Super Bowl.
that Rams team was so unreal with Torrey
Unreal.
with him and Torrey Holt.
He's got more than Torrey Holt. Torrey Holt's 17th. I would have not guessed that.
Oh,
That
really?
Isaac Bruce had more receiving yards than Torrey Holt. Because when I think of those two guys, I think Torrey Holt was the better wide receiver.
Oh, really? I always thought
Yeah.
Isaac was the alpha dog.
I always thought Torrey was better.
Is Torrey not? He's not in the Hall of Fame.
He's got to be. No?
I always thought Isaac was Marvin and
I guess
Holt was
he's-
Reggie Wayne.
Yeah.
Like there's like a skill set that Torrey had. It's a little
Yeah.
different, but
Marvin is 9th all time. Reggie Wayne is 10th all time.
whoa!
right there. They're separated by 200 yards.
Reggie's like,
That's
"Dang,
nuts.
a couple
Andre
games.
Johnson is up there.
He never won one.
Nope, former Titan great. Just like Randy Moss, just like Julio Jones.
I think Jerry Rice made an appearance. Who knows?
No, God. Chris Carter's 13th all time, so that makes sense.
Okay. Good job, Justin. 13th, 19th. So, yeah, you're going to have probably 2 of the top 10 and then 3 of the top 15, 20 ever.
Can you guys tell me who is the highest ranking active NFL player in terms of receiving yards on this list of all-time players?
Who has the most receiving yards?
All-time active right now?
That's active.
That's active right now.
This is such an easy one.
What's that?
The answer is Mike Evans.
Nope. He's second.
What? Oh my God.
He is second.
AJ Green?
AJ Green's not playing anymore.
Oh, I didn't know if he signed with a team.
No.
It's not Keenan Allen, is it?
Nope, not Keenan Allen. Keenan Allen is 40th. So, I mean, he's up there.
Oh,
He's 1, 2, 3, 4,
Who's
5th.
been around the longest?
That's active. Oh god.
Do 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 do.
Can you give us a hint? Division AFC or NFC?
Do 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 AFC. Do do do.
Is it Devontae Adams?
He is 4th,
Okay.
and he's in the NFC now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's
With
on the
the
Rams now.
Rams.
Yeah.
he's
I
on the
don't know
Rams
why I
now.
thought he went to the Chargers for a second. I was like, LA. Nope. Wrong LA.
This guy, he's been on 1, 2, 3 different teams, I believe. I think his current team is his 3rd team.
It's not Brandon Cooks, is it?
No.
Okay.
On his 3rd.
No, 4th.
4th.
He's
Wait,
on his 4th.
1, 2, 3, 5. The new team is going to be his 5th team. Sorry.
Dang.
I forgot that he played for 2 teams last year.
He played for 2 teams last year.
Yes, I forgot where he ended the season. He's a 5-time Pro Bowler, 3-time All-Pro. He is currently 33 years old. Just turned 33 a couple days ago. Could have said him in birthdays if we did it a couple days ago last week. You want the college he went to?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I get the college?
Clemson.
Oh, was it Mike
DeAndre
Williams?
DeAndre Hopkins.
DeAndre Hopkins.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mike Williams was
D-Hop.
he was second.
Yeah.
D-Hop.
D-Hop.
Oh wow. I feel bad.
Y'all forgot about him.
So
I feel
Texans,
bad.
Titans. Who else? Who's 5th?
Texans, Titans, Cardinals,
Oh, that's right.
Kansas City last year.
Kansas.
Oh,
I was like,
That's
who
what I
else?
forgot about. And now he's on the
Yeah.
Ravens.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know he signed with the Ravens.
He did. Yep.
Man. All right. Who y'all taking all time? Mike Evans or DeAndre Hopkins?
I think I'm gonna take Mike.
D-Hop.
Yeah, I'm gonna go D Hop.
I'm taking Mike.
Mike's more consistent, but
It's really
at his
close.
prime, D-Hop was more dominant.
D-Hop
Yeah.
was insane.
D Hop had
D-Hop
1,000-yard
was-
seasons with this piece of styrofoam over here, dog.
That's true. At quarterback,
You know what I'm saying? Mike ain't doing that. Mike might have a nice 750, but I don't know if he can.
well,
get
who was the
1,000.
quarterback when Mike first started? Because I know Tom Brady
Mike-
was there in the middle.
Mike Evans first.
Yeah. Who was the quarterback there for Tampa Bay? Because it was Tom and then Baker, but who was before that?
Jameis Winston.
Jameis.
Yeah, but there was,
I guess
but Mike
so. I
had
mean,
Mike
he
had a
just
couple of
throws it up.
quarterbacks, right?
Yeah, Jameis.
Mike Glennon as well.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
But
Is Chris Sims there then?
you had Bruce as your coach.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things. And then Jameis is going to get you a ton of yards, a lot of games. You're going to have to come
Yeah.
back because when you're throwing pick sixes, you know. What's that stuff going on there? It's all right. Things fall your way. Same with DeAndre. Like back in those Texans days, there's a reason he had so many touchdowns and receptions.
Bro.
They had to play from behind.
Who was his quarterback? Case Keenum.
No.
Bro, he played with like
Oh,
10
that's
different
right, Sean
quarterbacks.
Watson.
Yeah, their defense was so bad at times. Like
Lovey
they
Smith was the head coach of the Bucks when he first started. They were 2-14 Mike Evans' first year.
had-
He still went for a build, didn't he?
Yeah,
1,000
he has not
He hasn't had a
not
season yet
gotten
without
1,000 yards in his NFL career, which is
Boy,
insane.
He's in crazy shape too. Like
Josh McCown was the starting quarterback his first year.
Exactly.
Bobby Rainey was there, who played in 15 games. Mike
Wow.
Lennon.
Wow.
Lovie Smith was still there in his second year.
How did he not get fired?
Jameis Winston was the quarterback then.
Fellas, can you name 5 quarterbacks?
Dirk Cutter. Your boy Dirk Cutter was there too.
Shout out to Dirk Cutter. He was a dog. Okay. Chase, you're right. Because I'm looking at this list of quarterbacks that D-Hop has played with, and this is ridiculous.
Are they that
He
bad?
has played with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 19 quarterbacks in his career. He's caught passes from.
Oh,
Yikes.
wow. Wow.
19.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, you're right. Easily.
Disgusting.
Also had Ryan Fitzpatrick there for a little while in
Oh
Tampa
yeah,
Bay
I was trying
for a
to
year.
say they had somebody like they had another gunslinger. That
Yeah.
was exactly what I was thinking of. That was exactly what I was thinking of. Oh, you want to talk about the house real quick? Go back to our
Yeah.
conversation prior to the
God,
podcast.
Mushin Mohammed is up there above,
Oh,
right
that's
below
a name I haven't heard in a long
right
time.
below Calvin Johnson in terms of receiving yards. That's nuts. Mushin Muhammad.
I do not remember that name.
You don't remember Mushin Muhammad?
I did not until you said that. I've not thought about that.
Didn't he go to Georgia? Or did I make that up?
No, that was Muhammad
Sanu.
Massaquoi.
Oh, is it?
He went to Michigan State.
Where did Sanu go?
Sanu didn't go to Georgia.
Sanu went to Rutgers.
Yeah.
Rutgers.
Look at me.
Had a baby.
What a pull.
That's-
At Powerhouse Rutgers football.
Yep. Rutgers. All right, so the house. Joseph,
Always
The
wins.
house, baby.
house
the
always
house
wins.
Does always win. Oh, gentlemen, college football, college sports, college athletics is totally different now. So the house settlement was approved on Friday. More or less rev sharing is here. And now schools have to come up with roughly like $20.5 million to pay their athletes.
Allocate it however you want.
90% of that's probably going to go to football and basketball, which about 75% of that's probably going to go. The On3 article I was reading on Friday said that about 75% of that would probably go to football, which makes sense. I mean, it's your big money sport. Schools like probably Kentucky might be, I would say, pretty even in terms of spending because basketball's their big money maker. But I'm interested in this this thread from Ross Dellinger where it talks about like how this all breaks down. So the NCAA is going to have to pay back $2.8 billion in back pay. It's over the course of 10 years, and it's only Power 4 schools, Power 4 men's basketball and football players, and they're going to get an average of like $120K. So like players we brought up, like imagine like you're Jalen Hurd.
Yeah.
It's going to get like a
That's
fat check, dude. Like
nuts.
Muhammad Massaquoi.
That's
You're
nuts.
just going to get fat. Matt Stafford, dude. I mean, you don't need the money, but
No.
like if you imagine you're some random guy, played college football.
So wait, every single player.
It's an average. It's an average of $120K a player over the course of 10 years. So they're probably not all going to get exactly $120K, but they're going to get something in that range of like a high 5-figure, like maybe low 6-figure deal. So, and then
Every single player.
every player. Yep.
Whether they rode the bench or they were the starter and the star.
It doesn't specify, but I would assume it's probably scholarship players. I would assume they're
Yeah.
probably not going to back pay like walk-ons and preferred walk-ons, and like it's probably going to go to scholarship.
Okay, well, if
players.
even if you were a scholarship player and you really didn't have that big of an impact and you didn't play that much,
I'm sure it's a sliding scale. I'm sure they're going to go by numbers and
you think
Yeah.
so?
yeah.
Okay.
I mean, just
They love to do. It sounds like they're going to love to do this.
Yeah.
They're going to love this sliding scale for all this.
Yeah.
How much revenue do they?
So if I put this in Chase, you would know this like Tennessee football terms. Tyler Bray. Is he eligible for this or is there like a cap? It's like 2016, right?
Yeah.
Is like the cutoff. So like Josh Dobbs is going to get a 6-figure check from the university.
Fat Daddy Stack. Yeah, he's going to get a nice check.
So Alvin Kamara, Jawan Jennings. I'm thinking about guys though, like Jared Gorentano is going to get paid money from the University of Tennessee.
Yeah. You know what's going to be cool? What I'm excited about seeing, especially guys like Kamara. Kamara's going to be like, hey, I'm going to give this to my teammates. Like there's going to be some walk-ons that might have been like their boys.
That would be awesome.
They're going to get like that's going to be the best part about. If you want some good news that came out of today, I guarantee you those guys are going to help this.
Some
like,
guys, yeah.
Yeah, they're going to somehow somebody needs to. If you haven't thought about this already, go create your new like, hey, I'm going to take care of my boys that never made it fund. You guys are smart, figured out kind of deal. Or let smart people do this because that'll be awesome. That'll be the best part comes out of all this is a lot of guys have made a lot of money.
Yeah.
Kamara's somebody that's made a lot of money.
Mhm.
You know, I'm just using our example.
Same thing with Matt Stafford.
Yeah, Stafford's going to be just fine for the rest of his life.
He's got
120K.
He
Chump change.
makes that like what, a day,
Yeah,
2 days,
probably.
something like that.
Yeah, that's the counter. Did y'all see that little counter they had in the Rams meeting room? They did a second by second counter of like their money was like over their head.
No,
I
didn't see that.
Just see like Stafford's counts just like
Oh my gosh, that's
rolling
nuts.
as people like they're just like in this meeting like we're just talking. And just imagine if you just had a money counter just rolling over the top of my head.
Yeah, like if you broke it down by how much money he's making a second.
Yeah, and it's like some of the like the young offensive linemen just like barely ticking, and Stafford just looks like Elon
Zooming up.
Musk.
Yeah.
Anyways,
So something I thought that was interesting, and this came from college football nerds on Twitter. They were talking about if we're removing these guidelines and we're going back and giving like Reggie Bush his Heisman back, so we're kind of forgiving past sanctions and things like that. Are we going to lift that for like coaches? Like Jeremy Pruitt was their example, like where he's got sanctions, he can't coach, he's got the NCAA had leverage against him for the bags of money. Like, are they going to forgive him and he can just like, is that gone now since we've done that for players, or is our coaches excluded, or are they going to?
I imagine that's going to happen. Pruitt's the best example probably.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure I'm missing somebody. It's a really good example, but yeah, Pruitt would be the best example. Which they maybe like, I mean, I don't know if we'd give it. I mean, he'll never change like from a social perception, but
No, but
yeah,
I mean,
he could work again. That's the big kicker. He could take a job at a school.
100% do it.
Jeremy Pruitt as a defensive coordinator is still a freaking home run. I don't care what anybody says. I know what I saw with my two eyes. We had number 1 Georgia on the ropes in Athens, and we just did not have the dogs to finish the fight. This was what it was. You saw that?
I heard that. I heard it. I didn't see it. I heard it though.
Appreciate it. But yeah, I do think that like, yeah, he's going to be able to coach again. I think he should be able to coach again.
Because he'd come back to a very, whatever middle of the road school right away and make an impact.
Mm-hmm.
He's like Will Wade, like at McNeese. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's a great way to look at that. I mean, whomever that might be, I don't think he'll ever. He was not ready. I don't think he's got the personality. I don't know if he'll ever be a great head coach or in any capacity. Maybe wrong, but he'll be an awesome. He is a great coordinator guy. He is a great coordinator. So stay there.
Cold.
Yeah, be that. Be a good coordinator for the rest of your life and make millions that way, brother.
Oh, dude, I mean, some coordinators are creeping up into $2, $3, $4 million because schools don't want to lose them.
Yeah.
Like I know Glenn Schumann's making like, I think north of 2 or 2.4.
Yeah.
Scarborough doesn't want to lose him because he's great at recruiting. I mean, he's had one of the best linebacker rooms over the course of the rolling 7 years he's been there. Like you're going to see coordinators make competitive money versus like head coach. I mean, I know I say competitive money. Head coaches are making 10, 12, and that number's going up. But now with schools having to fund this rev share model, could you see that cap kind of being hit? You've hit that ceiling with coaches because, like, can we afford to pay this coach $14 million and then also come up with $20.5 million to fund the rest of our athletic department?
I'm gonna be honest. I don't think it's gonna be that hard here soon.
Depending on the school.
Yeah, the money's gonna be flowing.
Yeah, it's. I mean, the next couple of years for Ohio State, to be honest, Tennessee, is the best example. Like in every sport,
Mhm.
you're looking at this is the highest attended women's college World Series ever. Baseball is doing this right now. Like, if those are your side sports that never made money before that are now making good money, March Madness is always a hitter. You got to get a little bit better about college basketball regular season. I think there's some adjustments that could be better, but college football, adding another playoff game, like, I hate to say, I think a lot of these schools can earn that almost in a couple weekends.
Yeah.
Like Bama, Georgia this year will make close to that. I
Yeah.
mean, you know, it's great.
And
That's crazy to think about, but
Yeah.
it is true.
Yeah, and especially these schools that have now started selling alcohol.
Yeah.
They're going to make an insane amount of money from that.
Mm-hmm.
And then on top of that, like, I'm curious about, and it's something we talked about pre-show, these schools that like don't make that kind of money. They make good money, but don't make that kind of money. Like specifically like Louisville is an example. They do well.
Yeah.
You know, they're a upper tier ACC program, but like they're already Papa John's Stadium, if I remember correctly, it hasn't changed. But like, are they going to sell out and become like the highest bidder is going to be their stadium name, and then they're going to have another sponsor for the field? Like if it's Papa John's Stadium and Publix Field at Louisville, so they can find a way to come up with that rev share if they don't quite rake in the same amount of money, because number one, their media rights deal is not as good as like the ACCs or the Big Tens.
Mm-hmm.
So you're already at that deficit. How are you going to make up that extra money if you're not somebody that just has that kind of fan base? Because like in the SEC, fans are rabid, and they're very, very attached to a lot of these sports, especially as you've seen the uptick in softball and baseball, and now with the SEC being one of the premier conferences in basketball, it's year round down here. But like some of these schools that kind of fall off in other sports, like an SMU or like a Stanford or like a Washington, that are, I mean, Washington gets the Big Ten media rights deal, but how many other sports are they really drawing that kind of revenue in?
It's dangerous because I do feel like we're going to have some programs be dismissed in smaller schools.
What do you mean by that?
Like there's going to be some smaller level sports like a cross country, right? Or a tennis or bowling or swimming, something that doesn't really make money, that's not worth almost funding, correct?
Yeah.
So like a Tennessee rowing would be that?
Something that's like a borderline club sport.
I really doubt any big time programs have to worry. I'm talking about like
Chattanooga.
Yeah, like UTC, like the dream of ever getting a baseball program is just not going to happen. We can't start up anything. You know what I'm saying? Like that's as much as I love to dream, like, because I think this area for UTC to build a baseball program 3 years ago, before all this kind of really took off in a different direction, I was like, this is the most perfect place in the entire world to build like a mid-major powerhouse.
Yeah.
Like you're in
like they have kind of in softball.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Like we can be that in baseball. Now to fund this, plus you got to pay. I don't know, man. I know it's going to be mostly P4s and stuff, but it's just going to be hard to compete. You're going to find revenue sharing, and it's only going to be to the top of the cream of the crops. Like the Super League aspect of it's going to be more than ever. But yeah, like something, I'm just trying to think of some like smaller schools, but I don't know if Mississippi State rowing is going to make it, like middle of the country, I just don't know. You got to think like high traffic, big time travel that don't make money. Like softball programs are going to be on the ropes, and some, if you're not good, like it'll never happen. But I'm just saying, like I always heard Wisconsin women's basketball is pretty bad. And so you got to start to worry. Or no, I'm sorry, Illinois' women's basketball team's pretty bad, or Wisconsin's pretty bad, or somebody like that. It's like those schools don't have to worry, but there's going to be a program that's that bad and it's known to be that bad. It's going to get cut real fast. Like if you're a terrible baseball team in a mid-major, it's probably getting cut. It's just too much money. That's the scary stuff.
I wonder how much. Oh, go ahead, Mike. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, do you guys remember the situation with Oklahoma where there's layoffs of a couple of staff members, like, and there's a pay cut of what was it? It wasn't the chancellor, but I think it was the athletic director or something like that.
So
Do you
you
guys
can see,
remember?
yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. But you think they're gonna make more of that stuff?
I do. That's what I was gonna say. Like, this is gonna lead to a lot of reshuffling from just like an
Depart-
employee staffing department standpoint,
Mhm.
which sucks because it's like you want to pay the players and athletes, but also like this is like the livelihood of people that really keep things running.
You know, as we've sat here and talked about it, and as you brought up like them cutting sports and things like that, specifically like the Big Ten and the SEC, I think most of their sports will probably be okay because they just make an insane amount of money from their media rights deal, so they can probably afford it.
Yeah.
But I'm curious to know, like, do boosters go back to being the traditional term or definition of a booster, where you're just giving money to the school instead of giving money to a collective? Because now with the collectives being audited, with that Deloitte entity, was it Clearinghouse or something like that?
Clearinghouse, yeah,
Clearinghouse, yeah.
yeah.
Clearinghouse is the Deloitte run entity that's going to approve non-school booster NIL deals. I wonder how many of these schools are going to be like, hey guys, instead of you giving money to a collective to give money to the players, now that we have to pay the players, let's just go back to you just donating back to the school.
And then they'll disperse it.
And that's what'll make up their rev share.
Yeah.
So like if you're a big booster for like Coastal and Coastal Carolina,
Yeah.
somebody's like, hey, we really want to keep our women's soccer team. Well, instead of the booster that was given $2.5 million to like the football team or the basketball team, he's like, okay, I'll just give $2.5 million back to the athletic department, back to the school. That goes to the athletic department. $1.5 million of that goes to the rev share part of football, and then the others disperse to keep these other sports afloat. I still think what you said, Chase, is a reality that some sports could get cut. But I think we could also see a return to the classic definition of a booster, where it's like, hey, I just donate to the school.
Yep.
And that helps fund the rev share.
Yeah, because that might be one of those things where I was just looking it up. So I think a good example, we were talking about it weirdly enough this weekend, like Virginia's Darden Business School is one of the top in the country. Like there's enough people that come out of that school they could take care of everything. Like, hey, and it's going to be beholden to some people in the aspect of like, I'm sure the science department doesn't really want the business department taking care of them financially, but guess what? You might have to. Like, what if you don't have a big donor in the science world, but you have multiple in the Darden? Like that might wind up taking care of them. So yeah, I think it's going to be going back to schools. Sure, there's going to be people who want to do athletics specifically and learning a little bit about that. A lot of that goes to it, but I think it's going to be, like you mentioned, we got to learn how to navigate these directly. Like, hey, football's doing okay.
Yeah.
Like, hey, can you just we can handle facilities, or our facilities good, like, but can you take care of the science department for the next 5 years?
Yeah.
Like, I think that's how it's going to go.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
And also, like, because according to the language in Ross Dellinger's thread, that it doesn't sound like NIL deals are going away totally, but now they're under scrutiny. So, like, I still think you might see some, like, hey, our collective wants you to do an ad deal for this company, this local company in Knoxville. They want you to come do some, like, they're a roofing company. They want you to be in their commercial. You're not going to make a lot, but you'll make like 10 grand. You do a couple of commercials or whatever. But like, I mean, yeah, it's not the, hey, we're going to hand you, Jackson Cantwell just got like 6 million over 3 years to go to Miami. Like, yeah, it's a little bit different, but
yeah, Mr. Ruse is not going to be able to use his fake evaluation money down there in Miami.
Yeah. Well, the more traditional what we thought NIL was going to be, where it's like, hey, you're getting paid to play here. Now you've become like, okay, if you're Ryan Williams, you've attracted attention. You've become one of the top wide receivers in the sport. Nike wants to put you an ad. You can go do that. Nike has to pay you though. Like the school can't pay you. The collective can't pay you. That's all you reaping the benefits of what you've done on the field and who you are as a person, which is what the original intent of NIL was.
Yes.
Because like you wanted people that had made a name for themselves in the sport to be able to like go be in an ad. Or one of the most famous cases, Destroying, who's had a huge YouTube channel, was a kicker at UCF, started his YouTube channel, got his scholarship cut because he was making money. Like players can do that now, and that's the traditional sense of what NIL was supposed to be, where it's like, hey, you can make money off of your name, image, and likeness, not just, hey, we're going to hand you a bag to come play football here.
Yeah.
Like, that's the traditional sense of what NIL was. I think with this, we could see that where it's like, hey, I'm in an ad for Powerade and they paid me. Like,
that's what it's going to be.
Yeah.
That's the way it should have been the whole time.
Well, that's what happens when we don't put regulations and we just sort of open Pandora's box and say, well, let's just pay the players and anything goes.
Especially when you think it's going to be like, I think everybody has this very optimistic view of how things will just kind of work out.
Yeah.
And it's like,
and people don't realize the greed and the money and all of that stuff.
And I think people were so surprised how fast it moved.
Yeah. Oh, once it became legal, it was just like the floodgates open.
And they
we have tore down the dam.
Zero. And the NCAA was like, oh, we're going to be hands off. And then they tried to be hands on and they got raked over the coals. So then we had no governing body anymore. The big bad NCAA was gone. We defeated the big monster, but also we might have needed that big monster for at least a little something. So there's no police. Now we got police.
It was like everybody was so sick of the NCAA and the way that they operated. It was just like, I'd rather just let it be the Wild West than to have the constraints of the NCAA.
Yeah, and it sucked for coaches.
Yeah.
That was one thing.
Oh, yeah.
And I know it's funny, like, listen to where it came from, but the Theo Vaughn and
we love Theo on the show. Big Theo fans.
In Lane Kiffin interview, like, he was like, everything changed so fast when the first thing these people would ask me, they don't care about our graduation rate. They don't care about this. What's my NIL package? Was be the first thing the parents would come tell me. I was like, wow, that's the first thing they ask. Sick. Awesome.
And that's another thing that I think coaches can kind of
bring me up on that side.
It's a weight that you can take off their shoulders. Is like, now you can get back to just coaching football because you've got a GM and they're like, oh, hey, this is our roster allocation. Like, we have set aside, say if it's $20.5 million and the football team gets 14.5, they're like, hey, we've got about 2.5 for an offensive line this year. So, like, this is what we're paying our O linemen. It's a competitive rate. Like, you're not going to see like Texas offered $4 million, but Miami come in and they're like, hey, here's 6.5 over 3 years. Like, you're going to see a more competitive rate. And I think it's going to get back to the roots of recruiting, where relationships with coaches and these like NFL rates for players of how fast can we get you into the league? This is how often we put players in the league. This is what we can do for you, instead of just like, our collective.
Yeah.
They got a fat bag and it's got your name on it.
So let me ask y'all a question. Sorry, Meg, you haven't gotten a chance to talk. You go ahead.
No, I just had a question about like what Joseph just said, like salary bands. So like in any organization, like C-level executives are making the most money, and then you kind of have the ones underneath that, and then you have the mid, and then like the entry level roles. Is it gonna be like that for athletic programs? Like, is the quarterback going to be making the most money, followed by the offensive and defensive linemen, and then what if somebody outperforms, like Johnny Manziel, for example, was a nobody, and then he became a superstar in 4 months?
Yeah.
Can you renegotiate that deal, throughout the season, or is he stuck playing for pennies on the dollar and just has to go get endorsement money from a Nike or a Powerade or a Zen or whatever?
Yeah.
He would be a great Zen candidate, I feel.
If I had to assume, I would say that there's probably open negotiation, but I don't think there's this stranglehold that players can have on schools. Kind of like the Nico situation. I don't think you'll see that anymore. I think Nico, like, if we played back the Nico situation in 2 years and it's like, hey, I've done this, I've performed this well, like, I want a little bit more money. There's probably room to negotiate a raise, but not like doubling your salary for no reason, because market value, in my opinion, will probably be much more set, because it's like, hey, yeah, we're paying you 1.5. You could probably make 1.7 if you went to UCLA, but like, think about what all you're giving up for $200K, and then you're paying state taxes in California versus Tennessee. And this is all just, a hypothetical example with Nico because of what we just saw.
Yeah.
Like, there's more factors that have to weigh in. And I think players will be able to get more money. But I also think, to answer your question, Miggy, about who's going to get paid the most, it's probably going to be based on need, and it's going to be loosely based on some NFL kind of pricing model. Like I still think quarterbacks will make the most.
Yep.
Offensive linemen, depending on the need, will probably make the most. Defensive linemen, but like if you really need like linebackers because you just had 3 going out and you don't like your linebacker depth, you might allocate a little bit more for the 2026 class versus the 2028 class, or vice versa, depending on your position group. I think you'll see an emphasis on team needs determines their budget for that recruiting class.
Sweet. That
So-
just answered the second question, because I was like, give Tyler Warren, for example, at Penn State. You know, like he could be like, well, I'm not a tight end, I'm a pass catcher. You know?
Yeah.
So like I need to be able to be classified differently to be able to make more money. So
It's like your boy Jimmy Graham did back in the day.
yeah.
Your boy, yeah.
He's like,
He was cold. He was cold, man.
He was. All right, here's my question.
yeah.
I think I read it this way, but I feel like I need a little clarification. Now, is there going to be like a salary cap situation where every single because it seemed like this was going to sort of level the playing field for a lot of Division I programs, and it's going to I don't want to say advocate, but it's going to raise to prevalence like TCU's making it to a national championship, Cincinnati getting to a playoff, Boise State, those type of schools, like those lower level, not quite P4 D1 programs. I feel like from what I've read about this situation, that it's going to level the playing field more.
Well, I don't think this ruling inherently itself is going to level the playing field, because according to the article and according to Ross, schools have to come up with $20.5 million. They can choose to allocate that pretty much however they want to. Now, the belief has been that football is going to get the most, followed by men's basketball. Pretty much it's going to go in the reverse order of who generates the most money is who's going to get the most money.
Yeah, so just real quick, I'll just give you like true numbers. What they suggest is 75% goes to football. This is just an overall basis of the Power Four.
Yeah.
75% goes to football, 15% to men's basketball, 5% to women's basketball, 5% to all other sports.
Yeah. So I don't think, to answer your question, Greg, I don't think this ruling itself is going to inherently level the playing field, because let's compare 2 schools, and let's compare like Alabama and Kentucky, for example. Alabama's probably going to allocate the full 75% to football, the recommended 75% to football, because that's what their moneymaker is. Yeah, they're good in basketball and they enjoy basketball, but it's not the same as a Saturday at Bryant-Denny Stadium. So they're probably going to allocate the most. Kentucky understands their position in the landscape of college football. They understand what their fan base wants. Their fan base wants them to be obviously their fan base wants them to win a natty, but they probably understand who they are in the landscape of college football, and they just want them to be competitive. So like if Kentucky goes 9-3 and beats somebody they're not supposed to beat, like they beat a Georgia or they beat a Alabama or they beat Oklahoma, they beat somebody that recruits better than them in a year out basis, and they finish like 9-3, play in the New Year's Six Bowl, go 10-3, they'll take that for football. But if you're not making the tournament, we have a problem. We have a big problem if you're Kentucky. So I could see a school like Kentucky allocating 60% to football and bumping that basketball to maybe 30 to balance out that 90. Whereas if you take a school like Alabama, they can allocate 75 and 15 to basketball because football's their moneymaker.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, Miggy, like that whole city of Lexington's built for basketball.
Yeah, no, like literally the city of Lex is completely shifted and geared towards basketball. And I was thinking, as you were talking, Joseph, what happens when there's a Caitlin Clark effect and there's a superstar, but it's in a sport that is in that 5%? But
that's where the extra comes in. That's where the schools are still going to have contact with like their NIL, like that's where the donors are going to come into play. That's where like their businesses come into play. Like,
yeah.
If we got a hooper out in Oregon, Sabrina comes back to Oregon.
We love Sabrina.
Then Phil's yeah.
Yeah.
Phil's coming in.
Take Najee Kennedy from Texas Tech this past year. Yeah. Like she's still eligible for NIL deals. They're just audited now. So Deloitte's like, hey, you just can't hand her a bag. So your collective's probably going to take more form of like a relationship committee where they're like, hey, Najee, if you come to Texas Tech, we have this much allocated for softball. This will be technically your salary, but we have connections here, here, and here where we can get you brand deals to make up that revenue that we would have paid you in just straight up NIL like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I think that's where you'll start to see that ground be made up, is these NIL collectives will become more about building relationships with businesses. Hey, we have a guy at Nike that if we can, if we can get you in a Nike ad, we can have that checked by Deloitte, and we have that opportunity for you. It's no guarantee. It's not like what NIL is now, but I think that's where you'll see that revenue made up, depending on the allocation and who the team is and things like that.
They're like Nike's going to create jobs where it's like NIL reps in areas now. Like if you're going to be the Big Ten rep or the Big Ten West rep, whatever, like that's where you're going to go in and be like, hey, we're going to take care of Wisconsin players. We're going to take care of Minnesota players and blah, blah, blah. Like that's how they're going to do that. I think this is going to be
really cool.
Yeah. Like the side of it where like learning more about college sports in the last 2 or 3 years, like it's kind of like how like a BSN is for college apparel. Like that's how it's going to turn into. There's like guys are going to have NIL rep jobs. Like, oh, sweet. This week I had to go help a 5-star turn into a generational wealth millionaire.
Yeah.
Sweet. Like BYU, whatever they got going on over there, Abonza is going to be,
Crazy.
doing deals. Like, yeah. And I think it actually is going to open up different opportunities because you won't be beholden to a collective. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like, hey, I want this kid to be a Nike athlete, and now I don't have to cross over XY donor that's Adidas, and they don't really want that. I think that's kind of gone in some capacity because he was actually paying the collective bill before. Where with that collective, it's going to be like, yeah, you guys were doing some dicey stuff. They're going to be watching out for that. It's going to be wild. Like it's a fascinating thing to talk about. And I feel like I can keep going for just random things, but.
Oh, well, the way I'm reading it, it sounds like there's going to be a payroll now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
True payroll.
So that would mean that, again, I'm thinking lower level D1 programs are able to pay the big money through their collectives to match like bigger schools. So like Ohio State paying $20 million for their roster is no longer going to be really a thing because other schools will have that money as well in the collective. They'll be able to allocate maybe the same amount of money, if not a little bit more. Say Ohio State's willing to pay their quarterback $6 million. BYU says, I'll give you $7 million if you want to come to BYU. Because they're going to allocate that money to the quarterback.
Yeah.
So like that's what I'm saying is like I feel like these mid-major-ish programs of the lower level D1s will still be able to find a way, if they want to, depending upon their roster makeup, to hang with these higher level D1s if there is a true payroll now. Mm-hmm. And it feels like your school, the Tar Heels, are one step ahead of the game because they anticipated this happening. They got Bill Belichick in there. They've set up a true system like an NFL team because they knew eventually college athletes were going to be labeled as employees, which they are now, which NFL players are employees. It's a business, and it seems like they've set up sort of that business model. So it seems like Blue Chew Bill is one step ahead of where everybody else is in college athletics and especially college football.
Yeah, it's most Lombardi. So like the guys like Lombardi that become these GMs. So instead of like, they framed it with something else. I think it's just like your pay range or salary range is what they're going to be calling it, just to eliminate true market value as a phrase, because I think they know they can get screwed with that verbiage. So, but it's market value, right? So these GMs that all these teams are hiring, they're going to set a standard. Like I do think all these guys, they've done so well. They know, like they don't have to worry. Like that's why you keep getting these big time athletes that are paid so well. It's like I'm not going to get railroaded financially by somebody. Like I've already made more money than they're ever going to make. So you need those kind of powerhouse guys because they're going to set a standard. Like, hey, well, I'm getting this from UCLA, and they'll be like, all right, let me call Jim from UCLA. You're going to give him this? No. Okay. That's not true. So these guys are going to set a cap on these quarterbacks. I think there's a lot of this like, well, I can get 9.7 from UCLA. Well, we've got data in here. Jim's offered you this. Like we have to keep these standards. Like I think all these Clearinghouse, the new hiring today from for who was this with Thamel talking about today? Like they hired another for the College Sports Commission, like all these little entities that are making sure data's out there, nobody's getting hosed. And again, to go back to the Nico situation, I think Nico set this ablaze and was like, hey, we got to get some rules and regulations. I think it was already there, but I definitely think he pushed this on. It's like, we can't keep having this. This is a media disaster just for college athletics. And I think we got to stop this no matter what we got to do here. So I think now all these GMs will be the ones setting the standards and holding to that.
Yep.
I think we are in a place now where it's more of a pro program than it's ever thought about being in the matter of 3 or 4 years.
Yes.
No,
I'm
fellas.
curious. Go ahead, Michael.
No. Go ahead, Jay.
I was going to say I'm curious because at the tail end of the thread here, schools can opt out of this. They can opt out of the settlement terms, and that'll prohibit them from sharing revenue. I don't really know why you would do that. I don't really see the benefit. I'd like
if you opt in, do you have to come up with 20.5?
I think if you opt in, yes, you have to come up with the 20 and a half.
So that's the
So maybe if you're like if you're like an incarnate word who's might not, and that could be a bad example, you know.
I know
that,
what you're saying. Like,
yeah, it's just a throwing out a smaller
I'm
school.
trying to think of like a really small that doesn't have the. I mean, I don't know who doesn't have the funding, but like, there's got to be a ACC.
Some FCS school is probably.
I'm just thinking like even there's got to be a Power Four school that like 20 and a half's a lot. Like
Georgia State.
Yeah, like I think
yeah.
those mid-major programs are.
I was gonna say Georgia State's not P4.
Yeah, but I'm just trying to think of Power Four. Like, I mean, I don't know. It's like Oregon State, whoever.
I mean,
SMU,
well, also we don't know what's going to happen with Oregon State as far as conference goes.
Yeah,
Oregon State and Washington State are still like
the Pac-12,
the Pac-2,
the Pac-12 that's coming about. I guess.
Well, I guess they'll join the new Pac-12.
They're stupidly optimistic. They're pumped.
I hope it works out, man.
I do too. I mean, I want it back. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. This year I really missed the Pac-12 after dark.
Dude.
Oh yeah.
I really missed the Pac-12 after dark.
Don't even get me started, man. Staying up till like 2 a.m. watching Arizona play like Washington State. It's like one of the highlights of my Saturday, man. I miss it so much.
Yeah, I miss those useless. I mean, I'm talking useless hours that I would spend from 11 to 1 a.m. Watching some dumb game. And you know who I used to watch? Jaden McDaniels out in Arizona State. That's who I couldn't wait to watch. Those cats. Those are the guys I miss. Because I hate to say it, there's always some fast little dude that can fly around, makes plays. Yep. What was Arizona's quarterback name this year?
Oh, Noah Fafita.
Yeah. Noah's a great guy. He would have been great from 11 to 1.
Yeah.
I don't want to watch him from 8 to 11.
Perfect post midnight on the East Coast.
Yeah. You're just watching this little dude run around, throw it to Tet as much as he possibly can. You probably put a couple shekels on it and you're like, yeah, sure. This is great. And then you're like, I'm stupid. Literally from 9 a.m. when freaking game day starts to 1 a.m.
Oh, brother. The delusional units were flowing on the Pac-12 after dark.
Man. Yeah. I'd get those texts from the boys. They'd be like, I'm chasing this. And I'm like, no, stop it. Stop. You guys don't chase your tails this late, boys. Don't chase your tails.
I got to make up for it.
I can do it. I can do it.
I don't know about you guys, but I know
all about Air Force.
I got some action on 3-5 Arizona against 3-5 Washington State.
Yeah.
Like
big
action.
That game was starting at 10 Eastern.
Oh yeah. You knew what you were getting in for. Bloodshot eyes and everything. Like,
man. I'd have been there. That's why I'm laughing.
You know what it's like.
One of my boys used to always talk about late night action on Hawaii.
Oh yeah.
Bro. It's like ripping it on Hawaii.
Yeah.
I was never, big into college football when I was growing up in the Northeast, but I just loved going out to a bar like in college or something like that. And instead of watching the same Sports Center over and over and over and over again, you've got fresh college football games starting at like freaking 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
Hawaii and San Jose State, dog.
Dude.
Kicking off. The sun's still up out there.
I'm not like fully paying attention when I'm out at the bar, but like it's just something, if the scene isn't really popping, that hey, we can watch it, we can pay attention to.
And dude, that next day, like because there'd be times you fall asleep. Like it just happened. Pac-12 After Dark.
I'll try.
Little
I'll tell you, I'm not
narcoleptic, like,
watching.
you
I'm
just
not
be-
watching it if I'm not out.
You just
I never watched it if I wasn't out.
Oh no, dude!
Oh, yeah.
I know
Sometimes
you
I'd
guys
be-
are more diehard
it's
than me,
that-
but
yeah.
like that's when I paid attention was when I'm
Yeah.
out of the bar and it's midnight and there's still college action going
You
on.
see a guy named Tommy that's out in there in those green Hawaiian leafy uniforms. You're like, dude, we're about to see 48 for 58, 475 yards, 4 touchdowns, 4 picks.
Ooh.
Can't wait. That's what you knew you were getting yourself into.
and some wild pick six that made like the 5-3 range on the Sports Center top 10.
Yeah,
The
they
next day.
couldn't even put it in the first Sports Center because it was so late.
Yeah.
They had to
Yep.
get it at the 6
in the
a.m.
morning. Yep.
Yeah, they had to get it at the 6 a.m. And if you missed it, you're like, dog, I can't believe I didn't stay up. Dude, I remember doing that when I was like in 4th or 5th grade. Like I remember chilling on the top of the bunk bed watching Hawaii at 1 a.m. on Saturday. There was a degenerate in me since birth.
Brewing.
Yeah, we all did
Just
that.
waiting for it to be legalized.
That's what's crazy is like trying to explain that to people. Like, I mean, even like for you, G, like it's just different. Like it's just
Mhm.
different in the North and the South. Like, because I mean, I had plenty of friends from the North, and they'd be like, college football, huh? Like, brother, closest thing we got to EPL.
It's like a drug, man.
It
Inject it straight into my veins.
And I don't know what it was like, especially like mid 2000s, like early to mid 2000s college football. Just something special about it.
Well, it was like the peak. You had the NCAA football game. Like,
Oh, dude.
Yeah, because I was playing that.
yeah. And you're watching the games, and it's incredible.
If
Gotta be
you've-
incredible.
If you've never watched it, if you're new to college football or if you've been a vet, everybody should at least once watch the 2005 Rose Bowl between Texas and USC.
Brings a tear to my eye.
It's one of the the
Insanity.
pageantry, the atmosphere, the game.
Did you just say pageantry?
Dude, it was.
The pageantry, brother.
I mean,
That's
if
the
it wasn't
best
the
word.
Rose Bowl, like
No, the pageantry
Catch
is
your manners.
the best part about all of college football.
that is like peak college football. The 2005 Rose Bowl. It's one of the best games ever of all time.
Yeah.
It'll forever live on. Like, as far as this sport goes, and as far as it gets carried for however many years they keep it going, I don't think that game will ever leave like the top 10 games of all time. Maybe not even top 5. Like, it might not fall out of top 5.
I really don't know how it does. To me, it's. I mean, hard not. I have to think about it number one every time.
Well, it's also like, you think about the time, like, not because if you play that game now and you roll it back to Vince Young, he's going for the corner, he's got it. If that's 2015, everybody's got their phone out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If that's 2025,
Yeah.
everybody's got their phone out recording that.
Instead, I've got just my Motorola Razr over here.
Yeah, well, dude,
I can just make phone calls and barely get on the internet.
you watch the
Yeah, we didn't have
wide
to,
shot. You watch the wide shot of the screen, and it's all camera flashes, and
Yeah.
it just looks different, man. It's like everyone was there. They weren't just there and like, well, I'm checking other score. Like, they were there and in the moment, and it was just beautiful.
I'm not.
I
Gonna
got to
lie
get
you.
off my rant. I'm sorry.
I think I'm going to watch that tomorrow night. No NBA or NHL tomorrow night.
You're watching NHL right now?
I've
Dabbling?
dabbled a little bit.
Okay. I see you, Chase.
Game 2.
Big NHL
Awesome.
guy.
I just
Huge
need,
Stanley Cup guy.
I just need sports more than I do.
You
Like,
see me watching reruns right now.
Having
That's
college
true.
baseball has been magical. Like, my family's really into baseball. Like, especially my newfound family and all the purchases and all the Edmonds. Baseball's big, so everybody's just watching games all day. So like when they come by or we go over there, it's like everybody's watching. This is great. This is the best time. So June's been great so far. I'm loving it. Gosh, yeah, I'm gonna watch that Rose Bowl tomorrow night.
You know, like, even if you just watch like I'm a sicko, so I watch the full game replay. I
I'm
will,
with you.
but I'll also go back and rewatch
I need like those old times of like hearing Fowler and those guys like who covered that guy.
No, dude, that's the thing. That's not even like Kirk and Chris.
Yes.
I don't remember
that was before them.
who that is, but I can hear his voice in my head. It lives in my brain. I can't remember his
Is-
name.
Looking it up.
Is that
but it
Brent
lives-
Musburger or did I make
No,
that up?
it's
No,
not
it's
Brent. But I do remember Brent also lives in my head for a lot of college football games.
A lot.
Um,
Because who's like,
but
got
I
it.
don't.
Vince has got it. I remember
He's
that.
going for the corner. He's got it. Like
Yeah.
I can't
Yeah.
say it like him, but I can remember it. I can remember the play. Like I just incredible game.
Shut your
Incredible
mouth.
game.
Man, Matt Leinart deserves his roses.
I see what you did there.
That kept
I'm in my bag tonight.
You are in your bag tonight, dude. You were in rare form, and I love it. I miss you, and I love you.
I love you and miss you too. That was so sweet.
Wow.
what?
Who was it?
Keith Jackson and Dan Fouts.
There you go.
Jackson.
You'll pull them up, Megan. You'll recognize them.
Yeah. Let's see.
Dan,
Give me the-
Dan especially, I remember. God, that ABC
Dude, I mean,
bot,
even the like the
Wow,
the way
bro.
the game
You
was
remember those guys,
presented,
don't you?
man.
You
Like
remember those guys?
Yes.
Megan? Yeah,
Like yesterday.
yeah.
Holy cow.
Because Keith Jackson was one of those guys. Like, no way that guy played football.
One thing I do love though, I really love suits with like the logo of the network while you're broadcasting. I don't know why.
the
Like the-
90s logos that
like
carried
an-
into
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Early
an NBC
yeah.
logo or like if it's like the Tostitos Fiesta Bowl to have that on your blazer.
Yes, like
To me, it just brings that. Yeah.
Wow.
And Murray State
Wow.
is headed to Omaha, baby.
Wow. On an interference double play. That was insane.
This is gonna be a different Omaha.
For real. And this is what we're talking about. Like these lower level D1s are just making waves with the big boys.
Yep.
Oh, they're going to review it. So hold the
Y'all
phone
think-
here.
Y'all think John Morant is gonna pull up?
Maybe. I mean,
Oh.
nothing to do with the offseason right now.
It's
So,
true.
It's crazy.
He might be the next guy that we see in a booth or something like that.
Who, Ja?
Yeah, I
Head up
like
to
talking about
Omaha?
like him at Omaha. Like Patrick Mahomes was in the booth up there for. I'm not saying like in the broadcast booth. I'm just saying like in a suite
In a
or something
suite.
like that.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
like you know how randomly it was Morgan Wallen and
Peyton Manning.
and Danny White.
Yeah.
what a squad.
It's like, what in the world is going on here?
Yeah.
Well, you want to? I mean, I feel like we've kind of beat college football to death here a little bit. You want to roll into your questions, Chase?
Yeah. Okay, so it's kind of a two-parter here. All right.
Oh, are you hiding something from
Yes, I
me?
sure.
I'm so
Okay.
excited for
As he's
this.
turning, and I can almost see it in the camera.
He
All
gave
right.
me like a little tease at the start. Sorry. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
Okay. So, all right, we're gonna go around the room and everybody's gonna get one pick, so we don't just keep yelling out answers. All right. So let's go.
So don't yell out answers.
Well,
Okay.
on your turn.
On your turn.
We're
Okay,
on
okay,
your
okay.
turn.
I
We're
got
drafting.
you. Okay.
Basically a drafting.
Okay.
Almost.
Okay. I get to go first.
Yeah, we'll give Gregory, Malcolm, Joseph.
Gosh, you never use
Well,
my full name.
you got to go. You going to, or you just facilitate?
I've got the answers.
Oh, yeah, okay. You got the answers.
Oh, I got to answer something. This is like a test.
Yes.
Oh, so there's right and wrong.
I mean, you just if you don't get it right, you don't get it right.
Oh shit.
Oh, okay.
You
Okay.
know?
Oh, pressure's
All right,
on.
you guys ready?
Yeah.
All right, first part. There are two different versions of this. We're going to have first the top 5 most played wedding reception songs. And secondly, we'll have the top 5 most played or sung wedding songs. So basically the song they would play at their first dance after the marriage. Which ones would you guys like first? I'll let you.
The ones that. So wait, what was the second one?
This we have top 5 most played or sung wedding songs, like the song that would be surrounding like the wedding, you know.
Oh, okay.
Like what their first dance would be.
Yeah. So the first one
yeah.
is just like popular songs that would play at a wedding.
Yeah.
Okay. I think my first guess would be dance with some.
Which one do you want
The
to do?
first one.
All right. Okay. So
Wanna
wedding
do-
reception songs will
Yes.
label it. So top 5 wedding reception songs. Go ahead, Gregory.
Okay. So mine would be.
Don't look it up.
No, I'm not.
Okay,
I'm just
okay,
trying
I
to.
saw you type it. Don't you
Are
look
you
it up.
trying to keep a record of what you said so far? So
No.
we can-
I just want to make sure I had the name of the song right. Whitney Houston's "I Want to Dance with Somebody."
Number 4.
Yes.
Bang.
All right, Malcolm Harris, go ahead.
All My Life by Casey and JoJo.
Meh.
Oh, man.
Thinking Out Loud by Ed Sheeran.
No way.
Not for reception songs.
Oh. Okay. You want me to go again?
Actually, I'll be honest. It's not even on the first one.
Oh, is it not?
It's not.
That surprises me.
Actually not.
That surprises me.
Yeah.
So are we going
Go
back?
reception. Go to reception.
Oh,
songs.
go to
Yeah.
reception songs.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're staying on reception songs here.
Oh god.
So think fun, dancing, upbeat.
Is Uptown Funk on there?
Number 1.
What?
Yep.
Wow.
I cannot tell you how many weddings I've been to and bartended at, and how many times I've heard Uptown Funk.
I thought, I was like, if you miss, to be honest, I thought your volume of just working.
Oh, dude. I mean, I've been all over the spectrum in
Yeah.
terms of like I've heard all of the you would expect this at a wedding to I cannot believe you're playing this at a wedding. Some songs, the clean version. Some songs very much not the clean version, and the grannies were not happy at times.
I did not hear that at the wedding I was just at.
I did. Yeah.
Also, Duke's still alive. The call was overturned of
Okay.
obstruction.
So we fall.
So you go from celebrating to now. All right, we still got to get one more out.
We gotta
This could be
survive.
tough for Murray State.
All right,
Anyways,
back to you.
my next guess is going to be "Don't Stop Believing" by Journey.
No,
Gosh, what?
Malcolm Harris.
My next guess is going to be the Cupid Shuffle.
Good guess.
That's
But
is
it is not. It is number 8, actually.
Wow.
Oh my God! bro.
That's the one I could not believe.
How is that not?
They
You'll-
didn't play that
Bro.
one at that last wedding I was at either. That was crazy.
some of these are a little bit older. The last one left was I guess the newest one to us would be when we were in middle school or elementary school.
Oh god.
Uptown Funk was by far the
The newest.
newest.
The
Okay,
newest.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Dude, I feel like every wedding I've ever been to, Uptown Funk's been played.
Yeah.
Like, all right, it's on to me.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. I feel like it's got to be something by, like, do I want to go there? Dude, I don't know if I want to.
I've got some good guesses. I've
I've got
compiling a list.
I've got a lot of songs that are cycling through my head, but I'm trying to think of I'm trying to flip through my wedding history and be like, okay, what if people
Yeah.
played? And Uptown Funk was the first one, so that one was easy. But
Okay, I'm
like,
sorry. Actually,
what's up?
one of them was
What's up?
from 2014. I thought it was a little bit older than that, but I guess
2014.
Yeah.
Oh, I know what song I've heard at weddings a lot, but that has a lot to do with my graduating class, and I don't think it's gonna make it on that list. So I'm not gonna do that one. I'm gonna say "Rock with You." MJ?
Michael Jackson.
no.
No.
Yeah, surprise, but it's not.
Okay, Murray State's got it now.
All right, Mercer. Back to
Real
celebrate.
celebration.
There we go.
Okay, I'm ready.
Do it.
Electric Slide.
No.
Well, okay, there goes one of my guesses.
Yeah. You've had 2 that are honorable mentions, but
Okay, well,
All right,
we're close.
Malcolm.
We're zeroing in.
We're
yeah.
getting closer. How many we
Man.
got? We got 2 out of 5.
Yeah, we got
number
Uptown
1.
Funk and number 4. I want to
Wanna
dance with somebody. I'm gonna keep track.
Oh my
For
God.
us.
Beautiful.
2 of them
Appreciate you.
2 of them are in the 2000s.
Okay.
I don't know if you're going to get I don't know if you're going to get the 2014 song or not.
I'm just gonna guess on the 2014 song right now. "Moves Like Jagger" by Maroon 5.
No. Great guess, but no.
I tried to go Yard just now, and it just did not work.
Dude, I appreciate that. That was a reach. That was a reach, and it could have paid off.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh man, this is
God
hard.
dang it! What's the name of that song? Hang on, I got to Google the lyrics. Okay, I'm not googling the answer. I'm just googling the lyrics.
Okay.
Thinking
okay.
Out Loud was 2014, so that was a great guess.
Okay, dude, I've heard that at so
Yeah.
many weddings, but it's like a first dance song.
Yeah.
And this next one in my head is also like a first dance song. So I'm gonna.
Would you like a hint?
Should I? I'm gonna stay with reception. Yeah, give me a hint. Give me a hint. If you give me like the artist, I feel like it makes it too easy.
It'd be way too easy.
I think I know one. I think, but y'all keep talking.
All right, I'm gonna actually give you. So I got
Uh-huh.
I got this list. It's from certain like compilation of lists.
Yeah.
But ChatGPT's why on this is actually pretty good.
Okay.
A party anthem with cross-generational appeal, especially for millennials and Gen X. That's the early 2000s.
The 2014 song. If I guess the artist, will you tell me if it is the artist?
Yeah.
Is it LMFAO?
No.
Oh
Damn.
Party Rock.
I would.
I thought
That's one that's just not gonna. The 2014 one, I'm a little skeptical on, but maybe.
okay. Well, I'm gonna go with my OG guess was "You and Me" by Lifehouse.
No, you're going too First Dancey.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah. No. These are all like party songs.
Party Rock.
All right. It is one letter and syllable.
The artist or the song?
Yeah, you missed out.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Wait,
that's fine.
what?
Go back.
The one of them, number 2 is
Is that the 2014 one?
no. This is also in the early 2000s.
I feel like all my guesses are not going to be it now because they're not the 2000s.
You can go with another older one if you think it.
The Macarena.
No.
There's another one off the list.
All right, here we go.
Mhm.
Gotta be "Crazy in Love" by Beyonce.
Oh,
No.
damn.
What?
Getting
What?
warmer-ish.
What, bruh?
Dude, there's one of them that you guys are gonna be like, oh.
Bro, I'm so mad, bruh.
It's not on
I
this
know
list.
another guess, but I'm not gonna go. Go ahead, Justin.
Dude,
No.
is it okay?
Damn it.
Is
No.
it "Single Ladies" by Beyonce?
No.
Because I feel like every
no.
time they ever throw the bouquet, like
No,
That's-
it's
I
not.
know that's- I know
I'll
that's
say
the
this.
antithesis of
It
a
is
what,
not,
like-
it is not Beyonce.
I know that's like the antithesis of a wedding, the whole like single ladies thing, but like when they throw the, they throw the bouquet,
Okay.
feel like that you should put a ring on it. Okay, I'm gonna stop.
My turn.
Yes.
Shout.
Ooh.
No, it is not. That is that's not even on the top 10 is what it says. That's one thing.
How?
I'm off on that one. That's one I thought would be automatic.
Man, I feel like I've got to throw some good guesses.
You have had
All
some great. Do you want? You got it?
I got it. You said one syllable?
Yeah.
Okay. It's "Yeah" by Usher.
It sure is, brother.
Oh,
it sure is.
Yeah.
It sure is. The next guess, if you didn't get it, I was going to go back and
Oh,
it is Chattanooga was going to be my next one.
Give me
Oh,
the
yeah.
foul.
Yeah.
And
So we're what, 3 for 5 now?
All right, you got
That was
1,
number-
Uptown Funk. 2, yeah. 4, Dance with Somebody. I Want to Dance with Somebody by Whitney Houston. Number 3, 2014. Neil Armstrong is your guess.
Oh my God! Is it the Aerosmith song?
No,
God dang it!
that's more wedding.
God dang
that's
it.
wedding first song.
Well,
I see where you're going at.
Neil
Well, you said
Armstrong.
Neil Armstrong.
Yeah, it'll kind of make sense.
I'm
trying to go pretty vague to start out with.
Yeah. I mean, I've nailed the like first day. I've been all over the first
something
dance
about
board. Dog.
space
Um,
and the moon.
It's the word moon is in there, and in one of the title
Is it-
or the artist.
it's not.
Whose turn is it, by the way?
Are you counting
It's
my?
yours.
Are
It's
you
yours.
counting my?
I know. Go ahead.
Okay.
No.
So the word moon is in the song title.
And or artist.
Song or artist.
Oh God. Well, I had a guess, and then you said song or artist, and now I'm second guessing myself. Is it? I'm not gonna take up too much time. Is it "Fly Me to the Moon"?
No.
Okay, I didn't think so, but I can't think of the other song.
Would you guys like another guess for a different one? The other one.
Yes.
I want to throw my last one out there that I had written down.
Okay.
Boogie Shoes.
No.
Okay.
The number 5 is older.
Mhm.
And think month.
September by Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Yep, number 5.
Sorry,
September.
Mickey,
That's a
I
good
took
one.
yours.
That's a good one. So we're down to number 3, right? It's the only one we're
Yeah.
missing. And
Yeah,
Neil Armstrong is the song. Is the
It's the guess.
Something with
There's
moon.
It's a very small hint. I don't know if this will give it away, to be honest with you, Miggy. Let's think. What's a good guess?
Good hint.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of a good hint for you.
that's not like going to give it away
Yeah.
immediately. So Neil Armstrong, can you tell us if Moon is in the title or artist?
It's in the artist.
It's in the artist. Is it that? What's the name of that song? What's the name of that artist? Malcolm, you got any
Okay,
thoughts?
I got a good hint.
I'm out, bro. I mean,
All right, this
my guess.
2014 hit insists there is no need for small talk when the music is this good.
I mean that I feel like that pushed me further from the.
Go, bro.
I feel
I'm
like
going, bro.
pushed me further
I
from the.
really don't know if you're gonna get this without.
I don't know if
guessing.
I.
Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Or
Just
is everybody cashed out?
yeah, I'm.
It
Dude,
is-
I have no
I
idea.
am cashed
It
out,
is.
bro.
Greg Larner, are you cashed out? Or you
No.
want one more?
Is it that? It's not that band
We're
that.
doing research. He's typing it out.
It's not
so
that band that Joe Jonas was in, was it? For a little while.
I don't know.
The Jonas Brothers.
No. He went like solo and did that like "Cake by the Ocean" song.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
this is pre. This is pre.
Was
that.
pre that?
I
Oh,
don't think.
crap.
I think. How old is Joe Jonas? Is he our age?
I have no idea.
Hey, I'm on it.
I know his name, what he looks like. I don't know a whole lot about him.
Okay, I'm giving up.
All right. It is "Shut Up and Dance" by Walk the Moon.
Dude, I literally danced to that song.
Oh,
I've
that's
literally
so
danced to
good.
that song in a wedding.
All right.
Dang it.
Oh my god, dude.
He's
Yeah,
35.
I can hear it now. I can hear that song. Yep. Okay.
Okay. So things that I know about this weekend after attending the wedding. All right, well, real quick, we'll recap.
Yep.
Top 5 wedding reception songs. Number 1, Uptown Funk. Number 2, Yeah. Number 3, Shut Up and Dance by Walk the Moon. Number 4, I Want to Dance with Somebody. And number 5, September, Earth, Wind, and Fire.
That was my junior high prom song.
Hell yeah. Yeah. So good job. But
Junior
also
year
what's going to
process.
happen is Pink Pony Club will be in that in no time.
Oh god.
That
Can't
that
wait.
dude, that had every age bracket getting crunk. Also, I believe it's the Atlanta. Oh, man, I can't remember their actual name.
The what?
The band that was there was amazing. Like they're like the Atlanta. I'll think of it. They were amazing. They had like multiple
They didn't even do
singers.
a
up there.
DJ. They had a live.
There was a
band.
lot.
Oh
band.
yeah, band three girls that could all like sang.
I don't
They
think
were-
I've ever been to a wedding with a band.
This was awesome.
It can make or
They were-
break.
they
Yeah.
were
It can make
a-
or break the entire event. If they're not good, it's a yikes.
Oh
Yeah.
man, I've got to find out what their name is. Anyways, so yeah, those were awesome. But Pink Pony Club will be in there, and they had this girl sing it, and she was incredible. All right, now real quick, top 5 wedding songs. Songs that will be danced to, first dance wise.
Mm.
What are we thinking of here on this? I can't see. Trying to see. We're in the red.
Yeah, it's almost gone.
Yeah. You want to?
Almost gone. That's okay. We've still got this guy, so we can still recover with this guy.
All right, sweet.
28.
Sweet.
So-
All right, well, hold on. Okay, so top 5 most played or sung wedding songs. The songs will be a first dance. Who would like to go first this time?
Can I
Not me.
submit my guess?
Yeah, go ahead.
From last time, "Thinking Out Loud" by Ed Sheeran.
It is not actually.
That blows my mind,
You,
dude.
you will be shocked that it was overtaken by something else.
Okay.
Malcolm Harris, go ahead.
I don't know. I really do not like this. I was scared to go for this one, bro. because like I'm more of a reception guy. I've never had a first dance before.
Just think cheesy love songs, dude. Emphasis on the cheesy.
And also,
What's that one by
these
Shania Twain?
These are like
You're
incredible.
still the one.
Yes.
These are like incredibly
Yeah.
popular songs.
So his guess was, are you going with that?
I'm going with You're Still the One.
You're still the
Shania
one?
Twain.
No.
Dang.
I feel like I'm not gonna be very good at this.
There's
though.
only one that's like pretty
Niche.
poppy, like,
Oh.
and it's still like.
And this is like first dance bride and groom songs, not like first dance with dad or first dance with mom.
Yeah,
like,
or like think like I'd say first dance songs in like a wedding theme song, like it's got some sentimental value.
Okay.
There's only one that's kind of poppy upbeat, and it's so obvious, but
okay. Is it? Is it?
Oh, yeah, it is.
That makes me feel worse.
G?
All
right. More Than Words.
Nope.
Okay. I kind of like. Is it bad? I want to resubmit all my old guesses because I feel like one of them has to be on there.
None of them were actually.
Oh, wow!
You were
Okay.
very close in the ballpark.
Just Louisville Slugger to the kneecaps.
Yeah. But the more that I think about it, like all these are like one of the number one song. When you hear it, you're like, yeah, I get it.
Yeah,
now.
that makes sense.
Number two covers a lot of bases.
Okay.
And I'll give you. I'm gonna make sure on this. I don't want to speak ill.
Do you think? I'm really shocked that none of mine made that list. Like I went 0 for 3, dog.
Listen, you can go 3-0 tomorrow, bro.
I mean, I'm 0 and 8 now over the last like 2 days.
All right. No, he's not from there. I was gonna say this person was from Atlanta, but he's not. Thought he was.
Okay. Cheesy love songs. Gosh, dude. Now's the worst time for my mind to go blank, and it's like the monkey symbols aren't hitting together, dude. Like we're not getting any thought, just not happening.
Any hints?
I mean, I will take a hint. Due to battery constraints, I will take a hint.
Can I throw out another guess?
Yeah, go for it.
Can't Help Falling in Love by Elvis Presley.
Bingo.
Oh, nice.
Bingo. Number 4.
Malcolm?
I'm really trying to do this.
Bro, I'm throwing a lifeline here, dog.
But because you're not going to do a first dance with like a song like We Belong Together by Mariah Carey. You know, and that's where my head's at.
I mean,
we belong together.
I feel like somebody would. Dude, I've heard some out there first dance songs.
The first two are pretty sentimental. There's been some days you've thought about a lady with these songs. Oh, I mean, probably Malcolm. I think number two would probably be right up your alley.
What year are we talking here? Like,
I'll check on this one, but I think
number 2 is up my alley.
Is this like Luther Vandross? We talking like Luther Vandross or something?
The top 2 are still very relevant. Number 5 is very relevant too. Those 3 artists are huge.
Taylor Swift today. One?
Is it? Yeah, I was about to say
no Swiftie.
No Swifties?
Is Beyonce one?
No.
Single ladies?
No.
Imagine. How many of them are like country?
None.
Okay.
Mostly pop.
Mostly pop
artists or R&B or slow jams.
Slow jams.
Is Bruno Mars one?
Sure is.
Oh.
All right. I knew it.
Married?
I should have given you flowers and held it. No.
No,
that's a breakup.
No, that's a breakup.
Yeah, that's a breakup.
Oh shit! My fault.
That'd be a horrible first dance song. That might be your last first dance song. Like, what's that?
That's the one. Thing's a little bit more upbeat.
The Bruno Mars song?
Mm-hmm.
Is John Legend on there?
He is. Are you looking up
Oh.
songs over there?
I am looking up songs, not like top songs, but like
Golly
I'm never
fuck.
gonna get it otherwise.
Is
Dadgum. I did when he got the Elvis Presley one. I was like, okay, all right, cheater.
All of Me by John Legend.
Yeah,
Look it up.
Oh my gosh.
I'd have never.
See,
Number
that's what I'm
two.
saying. I
All
would
of
have
Me.
never. I never would
That
get
song
these.
would have never
I need
entered
some
my realm
sort of help.
thought.
Exactly.
like-
I need some sort of.
Really?
I need some sort of
Dude,
help.
like on the spot like this? Nah. I
Oh man.
Jason Mraz.
Don't just.
I
go
know
off
what
your-
song.
don't go
I
off
know
your
what song
cheater's
you're
list.
thinking.
never
I know what
know
song you're
it.
thinking with Jason Mraz though.
What is it?
The oh shit, I can't remember the title now.
I'm yours.
You were
I can thank you. Yeah,
It
that's
is,
I
I'm
can hear
yours.
it. But
I
That is
won't
not
give
on
up.
there.
I won't give up.
Bruno Mars is on this list.
Number 5.
Um,
What is it?
bro.
I mean, the title is the most.
It's
obvious.
literally like marriage or marry me, marry me,
Marry you.
marry you,
Marry you.
Sorry.
Marry you.
I mean,
Marry
wait.
somebody. Somebody's getting
I
married.
think I want to marry you.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, the most obvious
Yeah.
one possible. Yeah.
I'm an idiot, bro. And I gave
Okay.
us a breakup song.
Number 3. I don't. To be honest, I'm sure when I hear it, I'll know it.
Give me the artist. At this point, yeah, just throw out the artist.
For number 3,
Uh-huh.
Christina Perry.
Oh,
Christina.
Oh God, that
Christina
makes
Perry.
that.
Oh, I got it. I literally just scrolled past it.
Yeah, it makes sense for it is 2011 had to do with Twilight.
I would have never.
Oh,
ever
is it
guessed
1,000 years?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes
Yeah.
sense for
Yeah.
you guys. Got to think like new age.
Yeah.
Number 1, you
Artist?
said this artist before.
Okay. Who's the artist?
Ed Sheeran.
Oh, is it? God dang it. I'm blanking. It's not thinking out loud, but I know the other song. I just can't remember the name of it.
Malcolm, any guesses?
Um,
Ed Sheeran.
When I tell you, the only song I know he has is with Lil Baby. And that's terrible. That's terrible, bro.
I would like to see where this song lands.
Was it
on
the
those-
song? Was it the song that Ed did with Beyonce?
I don't think so.
It's not thinking out loud.
It's not thinking out loud. God dang it. I want to look up his
Perfect?
song.
Perfect.
Yeah, I think that's the one he did with.
It was released in 2017,
17.
written for his wife to be Cherry or Sherry.
Yep.
Sherry.
So, number 1, Ed Sheeran, Perfect. Number 2, All of
Yeah.
Me by John Legend. Number 3, 1,000 Years by Christina Perry. Shout out to Twilight. Number 4, Can't Help Fall in Love, Elvis Presley, and Haley Reinhart versions also. Marry You by Bruno Mars. Number 5.
That was tough.
That was tough.
I was a lot tougher than I thought.
Yeah,
That
that
was
was.
tough, dog.
Dang.
But he did do a duet of that song.
Yeah,
With
Beyonce,
Beyonce.
and
Beyonce.
Andrea Bocelli.
Yeah, but Perfect. When
Bless
Perfect,
you.
I would like to see where Perfect lies in the streams. There's a lot of little emo kids that listen to Perfect about something. You know what I'm saying? Like these are some pretty emo kid streaming.
I will say though, out of all the weddings I've ever been to, it's always thinking out loud and not Perfect. But it should be the opposite. Because thinking about those songs, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Y'all gonna be cool if I got Limp Bizkit at the wedding.
Yeah.
Of course.
I rewatched the intro, funny enough, not of Limp Bizkit. I did watch Limp Bizkit's afterwards, but I also watched the intro of Woodstock 99, Korn's entrance.
Yeah.
If you want to, Miggy, if you want to think what is Pinnacle, Weirdo, Joseph, and
Whoa.
Chase, watch
Hang
that
on now.
interest and be like, these guys love this kind of crowd.
Listen, man, one of the best nights ever was Five Finger Death Punch.
I can imagine.
Incredible.
That's a big crowd, a raucous crowd.
A lot of energy.
Like the hard rock, not the metal crowds. Those are the boys you're like, well, I just really I got most scuffles. That's where like Shine Down, those kind of bands. Those are the hard rock boys. Those are the guys that got some insecurities, you know. They're coming out there. They took TRT when they were like 17. Yeah. Those-
Hormone profiles all over the place.
Yeah. Not a lot of El Natties out
Yeah,
there, we'll say
yeah.
that. A lot of affliction shirts.
Divorced dad rock, dude.
Oh,
Divorced
Dad Rock.
Yes.
Divorced Dad Rock.
Yeah.
That's got to be on the tagline of the show.
Oh, dude, no, it's on. That's like a thing.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
like
a thing?
That's a trend.
genre.
Yeah. Divorced
Yeah.
dad rock has become a
it's
genre.
huge, yeah.
I wonder if there's playlists on Spotify.
Oh,
and on
dude.
Pandora.
You type in divorced
Thousands.
dad rock, there's several.
Yeah. Big workout playlist. I've used it
Oh, yeah.
before.
A lot of Shine Down, some Three Doors Down, some Daughtry.
Yes.
You're in that realm of like music.
How long are we going for?
We've been going an hour and a half.
I thought so. Okay. Sweet. I got a child to get back to.
It's 10:30.
Bro, they put together songs on my Spotify that would quantify and divorce Dad Rock. And I love all these songs.
I know.
Yeah.
They're bangers.
Man,
A lot of them are like
I might be the
mid-2000s
problem,
rock.
guys.
You got a couple of those on there, don't you?
Man, When I'm Gone by Three Doors Down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nickelback, Lifehouse,
Bro, Nickelback is like
Train.
Nickelback is the standard like divorced dad rock.
Yeah, I would say they're upper echelon.
Yeah. They got so much hate for no reason. Nickelback's
Third Eye
actually-
Blind.
I mean, you make jokes every once in a while, but to be
Wow.
honest, I always still kept rolling. I
Oh,
never let the
dude,
game
yeah.
up on,
Dark Horse is an incredible
Yeah.
album.
man. Photograph
Yeah, dude.
hits every time.
Look at this photograph.
Every
Something,
time.
yeah.
Last music question I have for you guys.
Uh-huh.
What's the song you think about? Like when you think MTV video days, what's the song you think about? Or what's the music video you think about when you think about those days waking up in the morning of MTV, watching those videos, or VH1?
Dude, it's probably Eminem. Like Real Slim Shady.
Yeah.
Britney Spears.
I was going to go
Hit me,
seconds.
baby, one more time.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah. Y'all probably lost a lot of socks in town.
I could have been sponsored by Kleenex back in 03.
You could have had a two-way partnership with Kleenex.
I could have had my NIL deal, but
Only NIL was a thing when you were playing the mellophone in the prior to the Southland.
Boy, hey,
yeah.
man. I would have been like, what's his name? Aura from McNeese.
Yeah.
That's right, baby.
Yeah.
You would've
Yeah. Yeah.
Holy shit. That's amazing.
Y'all
I think
are
that's a great way to end the show.
That's fantastic.
That's a great way
so,
to end the show.
such a good show.
For producer Joseph behind the scenes, behind the mic. For Chase Green to my left. For Miggy Malcolm Harris up in Knox Vegas. I am Greg Larner. Don't forget, check out Barajas Cabinet Refinishing. Let them know Chatted Up Sports sent you, and they'll get $5 off some banging cabinetry. So hit them up for sure. Barajas Cabinet Refinishing.com. Again, I'm Greg Larner. Check us out all over social media at Chatted Up Sports. Follow us, stay up to date with us, all the good things. Check out all the social media content we're putting out there. We put out 2 shows at least every single week for you. We may have a bonus episode coming this week. Not 100% sure, but stay tuned. Lots to do. Again, follow, subscribe, like all the things. We love you, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. Peace and love.